All right, guys, so I was thinking about this in my life, and I want you to think about it in your life. I'm excited for the school year this year, but when I speak to students, and even adults, but I want you listening to me to think about this in your life. And I always do this in my life. Think about the hardest time in your life. It's not happening right now, but it's happened already. But think about that time when it was really hard. It was a tough time. You didn't know how you were going to get through it, right? But you made it, and now you're here. Look back at that point. Maybe it was 5 years, maybe it was 5 months, maybe it was 20 years ago, whatever it is. Don't you sit back and think about it and go, wait a minute, that was actually the best time of my life. That was the time where I figured out who I was. That was the time where I changed my life. That's the time where I went for it. That's the time that meant everything. That was the time that changed everything in my life. So I want you to hold on to that. When I go to schools, right, I'm really excited to get back in the schools and the high schools. My first high school's at the end of this month. I have an opening day in Maine, August 26th. I'm excited for it. But I want to make sure that the students, even the adults, look at their life, right? And in the moment it's hard to see this, but in the moment, the toughest moments of your life will ultimately be the greatest moments of your life, because those are the moments that shape your life, that change your life, that give you a new perspective on your life. And anytime I look back on my life and I think about, man, that was a hard time, I smile. I go, wait a minute, that was the greatest time. That was the best time. Even the days where I'm so tired and I'm up all night and I'm sending emails. And I remember when I was trying to get known, right? I would post videos online, 2017. Nobody would watch. Nobody watched my videos. And it was hard. It was hard to post, right? And nobody watches. And you post and you post and you post. And I would reach out to schools and nobody knew who I was and nobody wanted to give me a chance, right? But every day I had to give myself a chance. Every day I'd say, Jordan, give yourself a chance. Give yourself a chance. Give yourself a chance. And I gave myself a chance every single day, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, right? And that's when I started to get noticed. But 2021, 2022, everything added up. But I always had to give myself a chance. And I remember questioning myself, even doubting myself in some moments. But I'd say, Jordan, give yourself another chance. Give yourself keep going, keep going. And now looking back, those moments are the only reason why I have these moments now, or the only reason why I have this next school year coming up for me to speak. Everything happening now is everything I did then. And those are one of the greatest moments of my life. That's where I changed my life. That's where I found out who I was in a different view, in a different light. That's where I met. I would never be able to impact and reach so many students if I didn't do that. So think about your life. Think about the hardest time in your life. Maybe you're going through the hardest time in your life right now. Maybe right now, right here, right now is the worst ever. I promise you, you'll get through this. And on the other side of this, you will have another vision of yourself that never would have been there if you didn't have to go through this. And it's all going to be okay. And it will be the greatest time. I know it's hard to understand that the worst time turns into the greatest time, but you will understand it when you get through it. And if you've been through it, you know what I'm saying. Right? You know what I'm saying. It changes your life. So don't look at bad times as bad times. Bad times are moments to the greatest time, are the moments that have to happen to the greatest time. And that's what changed your life. And don't allow the negativity around you to stop you. Just like I tell the students, or just when students come up to me and they tell me about their life and what's going on outside of school and everything that's going on, I remind them, hey, just because things aren't going your way in your life right now that you can't control does not mean that you're going to have a bad life. This is not your life. You control your life, the way you see your life, the way you work towards things in your life, your attitude in life, your perseverance, your grit. You control that. And if you can control your mindset and your work ethic and the way you see the world, I promise you, everything will be okay. So don't allow the circumstances to take away what's going to happen next. Because what's going to happen next will be great, will be beautiful, will be everything you ever wanted. And these moments will change you for the better. I promise you they will. So think about that in your life. It's 2025, new school year starting. 2017, I never would have thought any of this was possible, any of it, right? I believed it. I saw it in my brain. I just didn't know how I was going to get there. There was no road. But I believed that I just had to work hard, give myself a chance, and never give up. And those hard days turned into the greatest days of my life. And the same thing's going to happen for you. So don't give up. Whatever your dream is, whatever your goals are, maybe it's just to get to a better place in your life. You're on your way, I promise. Keep going.